Good morning, everyone. Sure has turned out nice today. Still a little chilly, but the last 2 days have been like a monsoon here. It has probably rained for the last 2-3 days, just constant rain, hail, high winds. Gotta mow this lawn, but it's just too wet to mow. So we're gonna work in the shop today. We'll get in here and get some stuff done. Oh gosh, this shop's a mess. Oh God. Oh, what a mess this place is in. We bought Pop's Acres a little over a year ago, maybe a year ago and 3 weeks. When we first looked at it, it was really pouring down rain. You know, like it was springtime, it's April, pouring down rain, but it looked great. Yeah, we knew the house needed a little cleaning up and there was some stuff outside that needed to be cleaned up. But it was a great price and we weren't gonna lose it. So we put a bid in, they took it, then probably 2-3 weeks later, we closed on it. Well, after we closed, we pulled the mule down there and we went exploring our land. This land was probably the city dump for the last 20-30 years. At least it appeared that way. There was garbage bag after garbage bag of trash. I don't know why they didn't burn it. So I got all that cleaned out, but up behind the house, where it was really overgrown and sticker bushes and everything, went through there. I was just gonna brush hog it all down. Nope. Oh, wow. Unreal how much stuff was in there. Old car parts, old furniture frames, bed frames, tires, tons of trash in there, just unreal. Piles of bottles, I'm talking like 200 bottles, mayonnaise bottles, ketchup bottles, the old stuff. They would just throw them in there. But one thing we did find that I decided to keep was this deer feeder. You've probably seen it in the videos in the past. It's just this green feeder that sits by a tree. I thought, hey, I'll check this out, see if I can't fix it, you know. Didn't really have any interest. But now that I have a game camera set up there, I can put a feeder there and maybe hopefully get more deer to come around. It works here at my house in Arkansas, so it should work up there in Missouri. I know there's a law in Missouri during hunting season, you can't have an active deer feeder, at least in the county that I'm in. So when it's deer season up there, I'm not gonna be able to use the deer feeder, but I can use the deer camera. I wanna put that deer feeder up there, you know, maybe draw in some more deer. Not that I'm gonna hunt them or anything, but I like deer, especially the bucks when you get the ones with the big horns. So I brought that feeder down here to Arkansas and I thought, okay, I probably just need to replace the motor in it and definitely the battery. Well, I took it apart, there's no battery in it. I pulled the motor out. Here's the motor, really rusty. I couldn't get it to work. I hooked it up to a battery. Nope, no worky. It wanted to work, it hummed, but it wouldn't turn. Even sprayed a little WD-40 in there. Didn't help it. It didn't really have a controller in it though. That was something that I was kind of wondering about, and I looked at it and it basically had this bracket here with this little thing here where you could turn these little dials and stuff. And this here's the housing that goes around the battery and all that stuff. And here's this little clear thing here. So I think maybe this deer feeder was activated by motion. Like if a deer walked by or something, it would shoot out some corn. I don't know. When I got looking at this feeder, I realized that the whole barrel and everything is not actually Cabela's. This here's Cabela's, which is now Bass Pro, but the barrel's not, because I thought, why is it screwed in at the top? I was just confused. Then after looking at it more, I realized that this was just a kit that you hook to your own barrel. Well, I soon realized that I'm not gonna be able to get this thing to work with what I have. So I went ahead and took this old motor out. I took this out. Then I went to Cabela's to look for a new motor and a controller and a battery. They don't have that stuff. It's out of season. No one feeds deer in the springtime and the summertime, I guess. I do though. So I come home, get online. Amazon has motors like these, but they're not quite the same. From a lot of reviews, people were saying, doesn't fit, or it doesn't match up with the mounting holes. So I just went to the Cabela site and looked at their motors and, hey, I found one. So I ordered the motor there. Then I went back to Amazon and I ordered the controller. which I have a new controller here. Very basic controller, but it should work. Then I also had to order a battery. No one around here, Walmart, Academy, no one had the 6-volt batteries for the feeder or any kind. They're out of season, I guess. I did take video of me replacing the motor and the little propeller that goes on it, but the video just didn't come out right. I'm just gonna have to explain what I've done. So I'll just have to show you that. Everything's all installed. First thing I did was I put a pigtail on the battery. I'm gonna run electrical tape around these connections here. So if it gets knocked around, it's not gonna hit out and short out or anything. It's easier to just have a pigtail on there and unplug it from the controller. Then I put another pigtail on the controller that I can plug into the battery. You gotta have that. Then it already comes with a pigtail for the motor. Okay, this here is the deer feeder. What I thought was janky was screws here on the side to hold the lid on. And then I was like, what's all that blue underneath there? I was like, oh, this thing's painted. It just didn't dawn on me that this was kind of a homemade kit. Then they got a metal bar, or yeah, it's metal. Goes through there with a chain, and you just pull it up in a tree. So I'm probably gonna have to put a pulley or something with a rope up there in a tree so I can lift this thing. But here's pretty much the kit. Once I got looking at it, I realized, okay, they take this little funnel thing here and they screw it to the bottom of the barrel. And then these here all hook into the barrel. And here's the propeller that shoots out the corn. And then down here's where the battery will go. Here's the pigtail for the controller that hooks to the motor right there. Motor is held in with these 2 screws that are metric, by the way. So this thing can't be all that old if it's got metric. But I'll take that battery and I'll set it in here and I'll probably zip tie it on there. And then I can put the controller in there, get it all wrapped up. Then that green cover that I showed you over there that said Cabela's on it, it goes up on here and has little wing nuts that hold that cover on. But that thing's ugly. I don't know if I have any green paint. I used to have some when I painted the golf cart. But I think I might just clean this thing up and just repaint it. Just paint it a green and maybe put a little black on it. Get rid of some of that blue. Well, if I'm gonna paint this thing, I'm gonna need to clean it. Get some of this dirt and crap off here. I'm not gonna worry too much with the top. This thing's gonna be hanging way up and down. There, the deer ain't gonna see it, but they'll sure see the side. So let me get this all cleaned up here. Still don't know if I want to just go all olive drab or what I want to do on it. So I just got some hot soapy water here. Wipe all this Missouri dirt off of it. Get her all nice and cleaned up. I guess I ought to wipe the bottom down. Okay, well let me kind of dry this off and let it dry a little bit more and then we'll get back to painting. Well, the hunter green that I had, that's a couple years old, it wasn't any good. So I looked around on the paint shelf and found some of this here. It's a semi-gloss hunter green. Then I got another green over there. There's not very much in that one. Then I got some brown and black. Just have to make do with what I have. So let's get this painted. Oh wow, that's green. That's very green. But by the time I add the black and the brown onto it, it'll be okay. I really don't need to worry about runs, but I'm gonna try to not have any runs. I just want to try to get the coat that's on there, just get it covered. My only problem is when I haul this back up there in my pickup, probably gonna roll around and get all scratched up and the blue's gonna be showing again. Not gonna worry with painting the top, just the edges. No one's gonna see it except for the birds that are probably gonna sit on it. Oh yeah, I better get the bottom down here. I did remove the Cabela sticker. Well, ain't she purty? Well, we're gonna let this dry for a while and come back. Okay, I got some Spanish moss right here. It's more close to, I guess, olive drab. So I'm just gonna add some on here just in some odd areas. this little white coats. Just gonna try to break this up some. Just gonna try to break up this green a little bit. Let's let this dry for a while. I'll put a glove on so I didn't get paint all over my hand. I'm gonna try something new here. Just gonna use this as a pattern. Don't really know how good this is really gonna look. Didn't work out all that great. Let's try some right here. Okay. Well, we're gonna let this dry. Then I'll be back with another color. Next up is some black. Well, it doesn't show up very good on there. This is an old dead bush that we pulled out for our flower bed. We don't need it anymore, but I found a use for it. Don't really know how this is going to look, but we'll give it a try. It probably could be a little flat. I don't know, we'll just have to see. Have to keep going around. Kind of has some cool looking qualities to it. Whoops, there you go. Well, I don't know. Looks pretty cool. Let me get this to sort of spin. It looks pretty cool. I don't know if that'll be camoed up there, but I think it looks better than it did. I'm probably gonna do a little more touch-ups on this, but I think it came out looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. I forgot something. We forgot to test out the motor and the controller and everything. I can't end the video here, so let's get doing that. Let's test out that motor. We gotta make sure this is gonna work. I almost forgot to test this motor. I don't know if it works or not. So I got the battery here. I hope it'll fit in here. I haven't even checked that out. Let's see. Pull this back and that up. Well, it kind of fits. I'm gonna have to do a little work on this right here. Like remove this little lever, or not really a lever, but this little metal thing. I'm guessing it held the old battery in. So I'm just gonna set this battery in like this. Let me bring this, well here, we can just do it that way. We'll just put it in here like that. I got the controller here. We're gonna plug the motor cable into there. Then we'll plug the battery into here. Okay, it did turn on. Right now it's set for 9:56 a.m. and it's not 9:56 a.m., but we'll just live with that for now. Okay, I got to figure out how to set the, I don't know, I wouldn't really call it the alarm, but it'd be something like that. Let's look here. Oh, okay, feed one. Well, if it's 9:56 on here, let's set it for 9:58. So right now you can see it's set for 10:34. So I'm going to go, okay, that does the hour. We'll go down to 9. There's the minute. And I said 9:58. Duration 7 seconds. RPM 1. Okay. It's ready. It's 9:57. Get these wires out of the way. I will cut this part of the video out. But when it hits 9:58, I'll cut in. So it's still 9:57. It just changed, so it's going to be a minute. Come on, come on. And there it goes. Well, we know that it works. Well, I'm still going to have to figure out the bracket and stuff in here so I can get the battery to sit in there. I'm probably going to have to cut this. There's a metal, I called it a lever earlier, but I don't know, it's a metal bracket type thing. I imagine it holds the old battery in, but this here is probably a much newer battery. So I'm going to have to get that cut out, get all that in there, figure out a place to put this timer, wrap up all these wires, and get the cover on there. Well, now we can end the video. Just want to thank everybody that's watched to this point in the video. I don't know if you really learned anything. I do like the way the camouflage came out on the barrel. See if I can get a place where the light's not really shining on it. But as as you can see, it looks pretty cool. It looks like we got some branches and stuff going all up in there. I think it looks pretty doggone good. Yes, I do. Well, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Again, thanks for watching. See ya!